Good morning, my dear students. Now we are going to talk about Unit 11 Atomic Structure. First one, charged particles in matter. Atoms have three types of subatomic particles. How many types? Three types of subatomic particles. There are electrons, protons, and neutrons. Listen, electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and neutrons have no charge. Listen, electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and the neutrons have no charge. The mass of an electron is 1 by 2000 the mass of hydrogen atom. The mass of a proton is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom, and it is take as 1 unit. Listen, the mass of an electron is 1 by 2000 the mass of a hydrogen atom. The mass of a proton is equal to the mass of a hydrogen atom, and is take as 1 unit. The mass of a neutron is equal to the mass of a hydrogen atom and is taken as 1 unit. Listen, discovery of subatomic particles. In 19,000, J.J. Thomson discovered the presence of the negatively charged particles called electrons in the atom. In 1886, E. Goldstein discovered new radiation in gas discharge and called them canal rays. These rays were positively charged. The latter led to the discovery of the positively charged particles called protons in the atom. In 1932, Chadwick discovered the presence of the particles having no charge in the atom called neutrons. Second point, structure of an atom. First, Thomson's model of an atom. It's a very important question. According to Thomson, an atom is similar to a Christmas budding. The budding had positive charge and the electrons having negative charge were like lumps on the budding. He proposed that an atom consists of a positively charged sphere and the electrons are impelled in it. Second point, the negative and positive charges are equal in magnitude. So the atom as a whole is electrically neutral. This is Thomson atomic model. The point is negative electron lumps. This is positive budding. Second, another one important one, Rutherford's model of an atom or Rutherford's alpha scattering experiment. Rutherford allowed a beam. Listen carefully. Rutherford allowed a beam of fast moving alpha particles having positive charge to fall on a thin cold foil. He observed that most of the alpha particles passed straight through the cold foil. Some of the alpha particles were slightly deflected by small angles. Very few alpha particles appeared to rebound. Look the picture. First one, most alpha particles are undeflected. A few alpha particles are slightly deflected, and a few particles bounce off nucleus. Conclusions. Most of the space inside an atom is empty because most of the alpha particles pass straight through the gold foil. Second point, the atom had a small nucleus having positive charge because some of the alpha particles having positive charge were slightly deflected by small angles. The size of the nucleus is very small compared to the size of the atom because very few alpha particles appear to rebound and most of the positive charge and mass of an atom is in the nucleus. Rutherford's model of an atom. An atom has a positive charge nucleus and its center and most of the mass of the atom is in the nucleus. The electrons revolve around the nucleus is in different orbitals. Orbitals are orbits. The size of the nucleus is very small compared to the size of the atom. Defects. Defects are limitation of Rutherford's model of an atom. Any particle in a circular orbit would undergo oscillations, and during oscillation, the charged particles would radiate energy. So, the revolving electrons would lose or lose energy and fall into the nucleus, and the atom would be unstable. We know that atoms are stable. Very important question. Bohr model of an atoms. Very important 5 mark question. Bohr's model of an atom. An atom has a positive charge nucleus and its center and most of the mass of an atom is the nucleus. Second point, the electrons revolve around the nucleus in special orbits called discrete orbits. These orbits are called cells or energy levels and are represented by the letters K, L, M, N, etc. are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Fourth one, while revolving in the discrete orbits, the electrons do not radiate energy. Listen, nucleus is a positive charged nucleus. First point. Second one, energy levels K cell, L cell, M cell, N cell. Numbers numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Distribution of electrons in different cells. The distribution of electrons in the different cell was adjusted by Bohr and Berry. The following are the rules for filling electrons in the different cells. First point, the maximum number of electrons in a cell is given by the formula 2n square, where n is the number of the cell, 1, 2, 3, etc. First cell or K cell can have number 1, therefore formula 2n square, 2 into n equal to 1, therefore 2 into 1 into 1, 2 electrons. Another one, L cell. Another one, L cell. L cell can have 2n square, this is formula 2 square, therefore 2 into 4, 8 electrons. And third cell, M cell, can have formula 2n square, 2 into 3 square, 3 power whole square, 2 into 9, 18 electrons. Fourth cell, N cell, can have 2n square into 2, 4 square, therefore 2 into 16, 32 electrons. The maximum number of electrons that can be filled in the outmost cell is 8. The electrons cannot be filled in a cell unless the inner cells are filled. Composition of the atoms, the first 18 elements. Look the picture. This is the name of element, symbol, atomic number, number of protons, number of neutrons, number of electrons, distribution of electrons, K cell, L cell, M cell, N cell. How many electrons present in K cell? 2 electrons. L cell, 8 electrons. M cell, 8 electrons. N cell, 32 electrons. Okay. Hydrogen. Number of atomic number 1. Therefore, number of protons 1. Neutrons 0. Electrons 1. Therefore, first point K. And how many present in electrons? K 2 electrons. Therefore, only 1. Therefore, present in K cell. Therefore, valency K hydrogen is a half-filled electron configuration. Therefore, 1. Look the picture. Students, listen. Hydrogen atomic number 1. Therefore, formula 1s1. How many percent in electrons? S orbital 2 electrons. Therefore, 1s1 is a incomplete orbitals. Therefore, incomplete orbitals electrons is called valence electron. Therefore, valency is 1. Next one, listen. Helium atomic number 2. Electronic configuration 1s2. How many electrons present in s orbital? Only two electrons. Therefore, this is fulfilled orbitals. This is fulfilled orbitals. Therefore, no valence. Therefore, valency 0. Atomic structure of the first 18 elements. Hydrogen 1, hydrogen 1, helium 2, lithium 3, beryllium 4, boron 5, carbon 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is 0 valency. This because fulfilled, there are fulfilled. This is valency 1, valency 2, valency 3, valency 4, valency 5. Okay, valency 6, valency 7. Valency. What is the valency? Valency is the combining capacity of an atom of an element. The electron present in the outermost shell of an atom are called valence electrons. If an atom's outermost shell is completely filled, there are inert or least reactive and their combining capacity or valency is 0. Valency is 0 is compound, only halogens compounds. Halogens are noble gas or inert gas or ideal gas. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon is an ideal gas. The ideal gas is a valency is 0. Of the inert elements, helium atoms has 2 electrons in the outermost shell, and the atoms of other elements have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Atoms having 8 electrons in the outermost shell is having octet configuration and are stable. If an atom's outermost shell is not completely filled, it is not stable. It will try to attain stability by losing, gaining, or sharing electrons with other atoms to attain octet configuration. The number of electrons lost or gained or shared by an atom to attain octet configuration is the combining capacity or valency of the element. For example, hydrogen, lithium, sodium atoms can easily lose 1 electrons. Loss means loss or lose, and become stable. So the valency is 1. Magnesium can easily lose 2 electrons. So its valency is 2. Aluminum can easily lose 3 electrons. So its valency is 3. Carbon has 4 electrons. So its valency is 4. Fluorine can easily gain 1 electron and become stable. So its valency is 1. Oxygen can easily gain 2 electrons. So its valency is 2. Nitrogen can easily gain 3 electrons. So its valency is 3. What is the atomic number and mass number? The atomic number of an element is the number of protons present in the nucleus of the atom of the element. All the atoms of an element have the same atomic number. Hydrogen atomic number 1, helium atomic number 2, lithium atomic number 3. Number of protons is called atomic number. The next one, mass number, symbol A. The mass number of an element is the sum of the number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom of the element. The mass of an atom is mainly the mass of the protons and neutrons in the nucleus of the atom. For example, carbon, mass number 12, 6 protons and plus 6 neutrons, totally 12. Therefore, mass 12 unit. Aluminium, mass number 27, 30 protons plus 14 neutrons. Sulfur, 32, mass number 32, 16 protons plus 16 neutrons. Mass 32 unit. It's a very important question, 3 mark questions. What is the define isotopes, define isotones, define isobars, or this difference between isotopes or isobars, or comparison of isotopes or isobars. It's a very important 3 mark questions. What is the isotopes? Isotopes are atoms of the same element having the same atomic numbers but different mass numbers. For example, hydrogen, atomic number 1, mass number 1. Hydrogen, atomic number 1, mass number 2. Tritium, hydrogen, atomic number 1, mass number 3. This is same atomic number but different mass number is called isotopes. Isobars. Isobars are atoms with different elements having different atomic numbers but same mass number. For example, calcium, calcium atomic number 20, mass number 40. Argon atomic number 18 but mass number 14. Therefore, different elements, same mass number, different atomic number is called isobars. Next one, isotone. The atoms which come from different element but the amount of neutron is same. Listen, my dear students. Phosphorus and sulfur is a different element but neutrons is same, is called isotone. 31 minus 15, 16 neutron. 32 minus 16, 16 neutrons. Listen, 31, 15, 16. Look the picture. Phosphorus atomic number 15, mass number 31. Sulfur atomic number 16, mass number 32. But neutrons are same. This is called isotone. Isotopes, isobars and isotones. Look, same atomic number, different mass number. This is called isotopes. Same mass number, different atomic number. This is called isobars. Different number of protons, same number of neutrons is called isotones. It's a very important question. Next one, law of chemical combination deals with some empirical laws that govern the chemical change. 4 types of laws. 4 types of law of chemical combinations. First one, law of conservation of mass, a law of constant, constant composition, or law of definite proportion, or law of multiple proportion, a law of reciprocal proportion. First one, law of conservation of mass, established by French chemist Lavoisier. Statement: in any chemical reaction, the initial weight of reacting substance is equal to the final weight of the product. The mass of the reactants, starting materials, magnesium and oxygen, equals to the mass of the products, 2 mgO. 2 mgO. Magnesium starting materials, grams, weight 48.6 gram. Oxygen molecular weight 32.0. Products, magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide product 18.80.6 gram. Okay, the mass of the reactions equals the mass of the products. Statement: in any chemical reaction, the initial weight of reactant substance is equal to the final weight of the product. Next, law of constant composition or law of definite proportion, established by Louis Proust. Statement: different samples of the same compounds always contain the same elements combined together in the same proportion by mass. Or a chemical compound contains the same element in exactly the same proportion or radius by mass regardless of the size of the sample or source of the compound. For example, water molecules. Water always consists of oxygen and hydrogen atoms, and it is always 89% oxygen by mass and 11% hydrogen by mass. Every sample of pure water, though prepared in the laboratory or obtained from rain, river, or water pump, contains 1 part hydrogen and 8 parts oxygen by mass. Law of multiple proportion, published by John Dalton. Statement: when two different elements separately combine with the fixed mass of third element, the proportion in which they combine with each other shall be either in the same ratio or some simple multiple of it. For example, when two elements C and oxygen, C means carbon and oxygen, combine separately with hydrogen, they form methane and water respectively. Now, when carbon and oxygen combine with each other, they form carbon dioxide. 1 gram hydrogen plus 3 gram of carbon to form carbon CH4 methane. 1 gram hydrogen, 8 gram oxygen to form water molecule. But and 3 gram carbon and 8 gram oxygen combine with to form carbon dioxide. Gay-Lucas law of combining volumes. According to Gay-Lucas law, whenever gases react together, the volumes of the reacting gases bear a simple ratio, and the ratio is extended to the product when the product is also in gaseous state, provided all the volumes are measured under similar conditions of temperature and pressure. Look, volume of hydrogen and 1 mole of chlorine to form 2 volume of hydrogen chloride. And another one, quantum numbers. When you specify the location of a building, you usually list which country it's in, which state and city it is in that country. Just like we have 4 ways of defining the location of a building: country, state, city, and street address. We have 4 ways of defining the properties of an electron. Therefore, 4 quantum numbers. Thus, the number which designate and distinguish various atomic orbitals and electrons present in an atom are called quantum numbers. 4 types of quantum numbers: principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. Symbol of principal quantum number n. Symbol of azimuthal quantum number small l. Magnetic quantum number small m. Spin quantum number s, small s. Principal information conveyed. Principal quantum main energy level. L means subshell or shape of orbital. M means orientation of orbitals. S means spin of the electron. Students, these 3 questions are very important 5 mark questions. Today's homework in science is a very important three questions. What conclusions were made from the observation of gold foil experiment, and explain the postulates of Bohr atomic model. Bohr atomic model is a very important question. And the third question, state the Gay-Lucas law of combining volumes, explained with an illustration. So, these three questions is very important. Students, watch this video 2 or 3 times that you can understand and the concept well. Today's homework questions, 3 questions. Here I give 3 questions for you. So you have to think and answer these questions and write these questions and answers 3 times in your homework note, and also write test in your science strip test note and send it to my WhatsApp number. Okay students, thank you. God bless you my dear students. Thank you.